Hello and welcome back to another stream. We're going to be continuing on with some work on our comic today, which is over here. In the last stream last week, we cleaned up the sketch and we got the clean sketch down, which took a long time. I think we spent almost 2 hours doing that. That's really way longer than it should. Really, that process should only take like 20 minutes or something, but it took a really long time. This time, hopefully, we're going to turn these sketch lines into nice line art lines, and then, assuming that doesn't take 2 hours, we'll add some colours, and that'll really get us going. I think most of the backgrounds on these pages are going to be sort of speed lines, so we won't have to worry too much about drawing any architecture or anything like that. But let me just sort of move my screens over so they're all in nice places. Always the trouble of having only one monitor. Let's see, I'll put that there, and that there. And I'll turn on some music. Not audible on the board, unfortunately. But one of these days, I need to get around to sort of testing what music is copyright free and what's not. But let's see, what do we want to listen to? Let's start with this. Not very audible. Maybe that'll do. This song's particularly quiet, so we're gonna get deafened by whatever comes on next. But let's have a go at it. Let's have a go. Let me bring over my tablet, and let's have a go at some lines. Ooh. One thing I do want to kind of try is sort of putting a piece of paper on my tablet, because then it makes a louder sound when I make lines with it. But I don't think it'll be visible, audible rather. Would it though? No, I'm not in the mood for it. All right, let's have a quick look at our previous sketch here. So there's going to be sort of fire coming out of here, and then it'll connect to. I got deafened by the music. Indeed, let's drag that down. I don't want to listen to that, but that's we can properly adjust the audio levels so they're not continuously deafening us. I don't want to listen to that. That'll do. Okay, anyway, before that distraction, but we're gonna have for on a sort of not on the line art layer, but on the sort of color layers, we're gonna have sort of fire coming out of here and here that'll block most of the screen. I don't know if there's gonna be background here, maybe a slight hint of a background, nothing difficult to draw. And a slight hint of a background on this one here, just a little bit. And I think that'll cover it. But let's draw these lines. And I always make the line art really low opacity, so I can see it really clearly. Okie dokie. There we go. I've been going really slow on this. I used to be able to make one page a day, sometimes. But where do we start? Let's start with the feet. Actually, do I want to start with the feet? Also, I need to remember how sort of thick I want these lines, because I haven't done this properly in a while. You can use the size of the borders as a bit of a reference guide, assuming you determine how thick you want these border lines to be, and there's like a connection between that and how thick you want your lines to be. And I'm still not really used to that. I think I like my lines slightly thinner than the borders, but at times they do become as thick as the borders. But it's something that, I'm on page 25 here. That's not a lot of pages, so I think after a few hundred pages, I'll have sort of figured out just how thick these lines ought to be. But let's just sort of dive into it. No, I really don't feel comfortable doing that. Let's do the body of this. The body will be easy. The head won't be easy. The body will be easy. But feet not easy. Not for doing Lionheart. All right, let's just sort of get into it and see how we feel. I haven't done Lionheart in a long time. Hold on, there is actually something I can do here. Do I have it? I don't have it. No, never mind. We'll just sort of figure it out as we go along. I'm never sure how many of these sort of dashed lines I want to do, because to a certain extent you can do them with the with colours. You're not necessarily working with just black and white. I don't like that one there. That looks bad. What's that noise? I think after once I've drawn this body, I'll feel like a lot more in tune with how it ought to be. But at the moment, I'm totally out of it. One thing I do want to avoid is or rather, one thing I really want to achieve with the liner is I don't want the liner to look either flashy or boring, but I want it to convey a sense that what you're looking at is real, like not realistic real, but like it feels like the thing, and that's very very difficult. And I don't know if it's a matter of technique or a matter of approach. Is it just skill, or is there a decision to be made for how you make something look that like that? It's very very challenging, and I don't think I've really achieved it yet. These lines are not right. Watch me save the day. But a lot of artists, particularly Western artists, of which I am one of them, they like to make their line art very very artistic, very very flashy. They want people to notice the dexterity of the artist, and I think that's the wrong approach. I don't think the artist's hand should be visible in that sort of way. I think the life of the character should be visible first. Well, that doesn't look right. How do I want to do that knee? Oh, that kind of works. Also, being digital is an added challenge, but there are many artists who succeed perfectly fine with digital, so it's not a challenge. It's not an obstacle. Make sure these lines are connected. Hmm. What's going on here? Is that what is this? I don't know what that is. All right. Alright, this is perhaps an easy foot, so we can have a go at this one. What the hell is this? Oh, that's the one of I thought the foot like that. Okay, that looks alright. That looks alright. Can I get away with not connecting that line? I think I need to bring it up a little bit more, but I'm thinking of leaving a gap there. Where's the song? Final Countdown. Okay. This one's too thin. I haven't drawn this properly. I've got to. This is I didn't draw it properly in the initial sketch, and I didn't draw it properly in this here. So this is my time to make it right. I think this here's in the middle. It needs to be more over here. It's not quite right. I think this needs to hold. This whole part needs to go like that, maybe. Ooh. Yeah, that looks good. You probably connect all that up a bit. I don't know how I'm going to detail the toes in that. I'll figure that out later. Let's try the sword. I'm hearing crashing and bashing outside. Who can tell? To blame. I'm constantly I'm trying to figure it out. I'm always sort of experimenting and theorizing with this idea of how a comic art style should look, where it's this sort of cartoon, but it's not really a cartoon. There's a realism in it. Can't quite figure it out though. It's very challenging. So I'm drawing. I've got these clothes here that I'm drawing, and I want to draw them, and I want them to feel real. I don't want it to feel like a symbol. It's got to feel real. Just how do you do that? It's challenging. I'm sure I've got the skills for it, but do I have the is it a mindset thing? Is that what I'm lacking? I think that's supposed to be the corner of the shirt there. I'm not sure. Countdown. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba. Countdown. Countdown, countdown. Don't think that should be there. Okay. I meant to try this hand. No, that makes it sort of almost like a tangent shape. Shouldn't do that. When does work? Men just talk. Hands, hands, hands. Once it all. Fundable. Of success. Almost a heedless. I'm going still a bit too slow here. I'm being a bit too much of a perfectionist. It's not a bad hand though, but what's the size of the if we imagine sort of the viewing size, or maybe sort of that sort of not even that zoom. I don't know what zoom you'd look at it there. That's one thing that's always important. I think some of these lines may be too small. But we'll live. Maybe. I hope. Oh, I always hate it when I'm watching other artists and they do exactly what I'm doing right now. The constant undoing and redoing for what is effectively the same line. So come on now, just draw it once. It's the advantage of being digital that you can draw quicker but sloppier and then just undo it until you hit it right the first time. Whereas if you was drawing on paper, you'd have to get this right the first time. So maybe I should slow down. Also, if you slow down, the lines are a bit more wonky, which can actually look better in a lot of circumstances. Although you don't want it to be too wonky, of course. But a little bit of wonkiness adds character. Oh, I better check the perspective on this. Yeah, I guess it's fine. All right, let's detail these a bit more. Nope. Uh, yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's do the other one. Still looks like a paw instead of a foot. It's because this isn't in the right place. Better. It's good enough. Let me make this thicker. Better communicates the distance there, because that would be not really clearly communicated in the what's it called colors. So that is a situation in which the lines can communicate a lot. Me. Sword, 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 sword. How does a sword look? Because I keep getting it wrong earlier. You know, it's sort of let's practice. It goes like that, and then these almost have points of their own to connect like that. This is smooth. Then there are these points like that. The sword comes out here, but then there are these points which are like diamonds, and they cross over. And then in the middle there is a stubbier diamond, and all of these connect to the top point, and that is the shape of the sword, and it is symmetrical on both sides. So what do we have here then? And how big is it in relation to the hand? It's much bigger than the hand, but I've kind of drawn it smaller here. The hilt needs to be bigger on this sketch here. Ah. But is this thickness the right thickness? I think it is. Come out a little bit, I suppose. Then there's this. Do these go outwards or inwards? They go a little bit outwards. Is there that shape there? There is. But it's a bit sharper, I think. I should have done this in a sketch layer. Not with the liner, because now I've got to do a lot of cleanup and it will have a overall messy look. Also, many of these lines don't really need to be on the liner layer, but simply on the color layer. But we'll get there. Probably make this part here black since it will be black. Alright. It's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's, the sword. The sword, it's doing a thing. Is that what it's doing? Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I think it's... Maybe it's coming slightly forward? I don't know. Is that the right point shape, or should it be stubbier? Ah, eraser. I think it'll be mostly covered in effects though, so... Pretty bad, but I think it's going to be mostly covered in special effects, so I think it'll be fine. I wish this button to switch from eraser to pen was better. It's a tiny little button. It's easy to not miss. It's easy to miss. Maybe I should bind it. I haven't got any keys left though. Oh. Alright. It's time to try the face. Drink some water. Oh, hang on, there's the handle of the sword still yet to draw. If you dare. Is that right? Doesn't feel right. I think the angles are wrong. The overall shape isn't right. It's a bit better. Could be wider on that side. Yeah, there, there. Good. All right, we'll fix that later. Let's try this face. We've had enough practice. We can try the face now. We've got a very precise sketch, so it should be easy for us. You see all of me into my mysteries. Hold up for dear light. I'm not drawing this hair with the level of volume that I want it to have. I'm drawing it a bit. It's messy in a bad way. Got to figure out the solution to this. I think I've maybe got to make the points fuller. That may do it. Hmm. No, I don't think it has, but it does improve it a little bit. What's going on here? I know there's a side button here. It's like that, but what's this one doing? What am I looking at here? Is that the side of the head? Or is there the... I think there should be a side button like that. Alright. The face. The face. It's not going to be black here, like in the lines. I'm going to do it with colour, so it's going to be tricky to draw. It's going to require a lot of overpainting, I suspect. His eyes don't look right. They should be the same size, I think. And they shouldn't be wonky. Hmm. What does that look like without the sketch? Mm, let's try. Let me try changing the shape of the face a little. I think the face is a bit wonky. Make it a bit rounder. But I don't. Never had before. I don't know what's going on there. I think that's all going to be dark. Can I get away with just doing that? Or is that going to look really weird? I think that's... I don't know. I'll leave it for now. I don't know what's going on there. Can I not add those lines? No, they make him look weird. This is so tricky. I'll have a closer look at it when we do the colours. Power Rangers. Power Rangers. Muffin Power Rangers. Right, hopefully that'll look more full when we add stuff. When we add a colour. Excuse me. Right, I think that's done. Let's try the next panel. Or the previous panel, rather. Now, because it's really close up, I wonder if I can be able to see some 3D-ness of the straps. I wonder. I'm really not sure how to tackle that without it looking really weird and blobby, but we'll have a go. Maybe I need to really... No, I don't want to zoom in too far, otherwise it'll draw weird. This is going to be really tough, I think. And... Inside. Inside. Oh, I've never really thought about the structure of these sandals, how they exactly work. You have to do some designing here. Sword. Oh, what's that leg doing? I think it's going like that. Okay, it's not looking too bad. What are we doing here then? How does it connect? I think it should connect underneath. And then that should go like that, and these should sort of vanish underneath. Suppose should I make that black? Maybe. Would they? Would it? I don't think it would be. I'll leave it to the colours. I'll decide on the colours. We can still sort of decide then. What's going on here? Oops. I'll leave that to the what do you call it? The colours. All right, that looks okay. But what does it look like from a distance? We'll find out in a moment. Yeah, looks okay. Looks okay. I think I can get with more detail here. Okay, I did colours. Really can't get anything out of that. I really need to change this song that I've got to a version that's probably from like an AMV or something, so I can get rid of this ending bit that's not a song. I hate it when the songs have that. Next one. I don't want to listen to this. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this foot differently than the last one. I'm gonna draw the foot as is, and then we'll draw the straps on top of it and erase the foot underneath. Ugh. Can I also? How am I looking at here? Is that right? I think that's right. I've really made this messy. These are not nice, clean lines. Um, mm, uh, Is that right? No, it's a bit too small. Pretty good. Probably fit in some of this here. That's too much. Right. Ooh, we got him. Let's do the sword again. See if we can do it better this time. Looks good. ish, I guess. The rest will be covered by special effects, I think. Okay, that's that panel done. One more panel to go. Ooh. Stand up a little. Oops, my tablet's not balanced right. That. Just stand up a little. How are we doing for time? We're just over an hour. That's not too bad. All right. We're back to it. Let's see. I wonder if this last one will be easy or difficult. It's got a face in it, so that on itself makes it difficult. But it's quite zoomed out, so the it's not going to be difficult in the same way that the top panel was difficult. I'm just noticing there's a tangent on the top panel. The foot butts right up against the border of the panel. That's upsetting. I'll probably zoom in the whole thing then. Masquerade. I'll show you what I mean. See, it's hitting here. It's no good. But the solution, I think, is easy. Just like that. And now it's more pleasing to look at. Right. This one. This one here's got the zipline in it, which I don't... Why do I not want it on the line art layer? I'm going to put it on the line art layer. Which means I'll probably also have to put the line art layer on this one. Or the special effects go on top of the line art, so... I'll think about it. Mm. Masquerade. We've lost some dynamism there. I had it the first time, you know that. And I ruined it. Mm. Okay. Hold on, the thing's gotta connect here like that, hasn't it? Somehow. Maybe like that. I think that's it. Mm-hmm. 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 This always gets mostly covered up. This always gets covered up. What's this line? That. On the way. We'll say nothing to do. Child who's lost the like pain. Feels to take because of it. Changed, I hope I'd make it through the pain. Changed. No sandals on this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's going on here? No, that looks bad. A bit fat, a bit fat. Nothing can be explained. Nothing can be explained. Explain nothing. Explained. Explain. Explain nothing. Explained. Surely that's good enough. Nothing to do. Why does that look wonky? What does it look like from afar? I think it's a bit weird from afar. One, two, three, four. No wonder the foot looks weird. There's a missing toe again. Me and my missing toes. That's better. Oh, all the feet completed. Then, yeah. Right, what to do about this? Have I defined how I want it to look? Then I think it's this slightly boxy, but mostly round. Better start from up here. I suppose they should probably get quite thick in the line up since they're closer. Ooh, ooh, something. on me. I just can't live without you. Mm. There we go. That's pretty good. Oh, let's save. I don't want to listen to this. I don't want to listen to that. Um, that's okay. She looks at me. Ah, these songs. I don't want these songs. Go away, go away. I'm in the mood for them. I need to sort out my playlist one of these days. Da, 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 da. Alright, can be the right way around for that. This conceals most of the hair. Nothing I can do about that. Well, we know what his hair looks like. That's another tangent. Okay. A little bit more to go. All right, to make sure we get this part right. And here. Where's the thumb? Is this the thumb? No. I don't think the thumb's visible from here. Is that all of it? Those lines are too bold. Leg. That's all of it, right? I think that's all of it. Well, these are a bit messy. Lines! Oh, we've done the lines. Okay. I think there's still more to draw. I've got to do like some background bits, but first I want to hold on. Let's draw the thing in. It'll only be like a single line. And it goes down like that. But why not? And it doesn't matter where it ends because it's going to be covered. There we go. That. Oops. That's all the lines are. I don't think. Would it be visible here? Would it be. Barely visible. Okay. Let's add some colors. I'll call this lines. And then here will be some colors. Oh. And then increase the size. This is hard to do without my glasses on. Hello, Billy. Welcome, welcome. What is he making today? Today we are working on the comic. We have this page here, which we finished ages ago. You've already seen this one, and then the next page here, which we're making, and we're just adding some colors and eventually special effects to it. But I'm glad we've just gotten sort of past the main drawing part, which was very difficult. So now the rest of it's a bit of time consuming, but just sort of a bit easy. And this particular part here, this is a very easy part. We're just coloring it in like a coloring book. How complete is this fully NA? What do you mean complete? Define complete in what sense? Or do you not have an ending yet? Oh, it's I've kind of got an ending, but I don't know how to pan it out, and I try not to think about it too much because I think it's a bad habit. I think people think too much about too far in the future, and then they don't make. You know, I've got 25 pages here. That's not very much. So I try not to think too far ahead. Although I have got an idea of a story and stuff, but I think it's too early to think that far ahead. I know where it's going, but I don't know how that'll look. And I hope one day I do actually get there, but the chances are minuscule. The chances are minuscule. Very, very few. So it's best to sort of not get too excited. As I think many people they get too excited and they never make anything. It's better to focus instead on the actual making part. But I've been very slow on this whole thing, and I really need to speed up. But I've been sort of preoccupied with this whole streaming thing, or it's not necessarily I've been preoccupied, but I've been like mentally preoccupied. Oh, there's a line out of place. Ah, hold on. Let me get rid of that. I'm not good at plot, so I don't know how to do it either. Yes. I don't think I'm very good at plot either. I do art, so storying. My plan to make up for the story is that I want it to look very cool, so people don't think about the story. That's my plan. And well, I mean, I hope the story will be good anyway. But if the story's no good, I hope it won't matter. If I can just make the whole thing look very cool. You know, it's like I use Akira as an example of this. Like everyone likes Akira, right? But what the hell? No one knows what Akira's about, or like no one cares, and yet they like it anyway because it's just so damn cool. Or you know, or like you've heard of that like vampire vampire hunter D Bloodlust, that movie. It's like, you know, like it's got a plot, but the plot's like not really it doesn't really explain anything. No one has any idea like any of the deeper lore, but it's just so damn cool, so people like it anyway. The Undertale thing, I see. Hang on, why should that ear look like that? Is that right? I think the hair should maybe connect back a bit further, like that. Yeah, it looks better. Or at least that's what I've been told multiple times. I see. Well, it has hype moments. Yeah, I think that's like ideally what you make it has a good story, but also try and make it as cool as possible. You gotta give it the set dressing, or what's a better saying? You gotta give it the style. It's gotta have style as well as substance. There's a lot of things that have substance but no style and they're really boring. There's a lot of things with and no one cares about them. And then there's a lot of things that have all style and no substance and everyone loves them. So it just makes sense. Wait, this guy's skin's. Hold on, I'm getting this. I hate being distracted. It's so annoying. Always the worst. But I'm back, and hopefully I will not be distracted again. My chair's not in the right place. Alright, back to this. Alright, now I think last time I did this, I feel like is the what? Let me see the color of the other character's skin. I've got a feeling it's not the right color. I'll need this page anyway. One moment. That and slightly different. Or is it just the glow? I don't know. But let's do it properly. Gonna be playing Friends of the Computer. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, I should really change this one. I don't like the ending of this. It's literally just a clip from Death Note. That's where I get all my stuff from AMVs. But usually I don't mind it, but that particular one I don't like. It always ruins the vibe. Okay, that's that. Let's get this color. Um, this color. I need the darker color for this one. There's a few more golds here. I'll fill them in now. I think that's all the gold. Good, let's do the whites. I think they're still pure white. None on that page. I'll have to figure out the exact shape of that later. Ba-da, 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 ba-ba-ba. Oh, hang on. I think this character's supposed to have a hole in their trousers. I think, have I not drawn that in the previous pages? Where's my ref? Yes, it's on his left outer side. I think it would look weird if I drew that in. It would make that area, because that area is already confusing, so I think yet another page in which we don't draw it. It's there, though. Maybe. That's all the white, I think. Oh, these are not very good. Okay. Next color. Some red. There is also some red for this character. Hmm. What the hell's that? Oh no, oh no. That's not supposed to be there. It's in the wrong box. There we go. A stray line. Good thing that didn't cause too much of a disaster. Here's a bit of red here. Any more red? I think that's all the red. Now I need the sandals. Do I have these on the previous page? I do. Oh. Mm-hmm. Is that all of them? Inside of the mouth. Oh, that's totally black. That's the wrong color. Where is it? That is the right color. Okay. Better add some color to the zip line. But there is. I'll make it like this kind of color, and then we'll color it properly later. Okay. Then that's colors. Um. Mm, no, one more. Now that's colors. Okay. That's colors. What to do about the background? No, I'm tired, mate. I'm done. What time is it? Just barely 2 hours. Ay, ay, ay. Well, we increased our stamina in some areas, but not this one. This one's still a 2 hour one. But we got the line art and we got the base colors. That's a good bit of work. In 2 hours. A bit slow, but I think the backgrounds on this will be easier. I think it's just a bunch of special effects that we've kind of already done. before on this page, so I think it would just be similar to this page. But it requires some decision making. You know, like when I like sparks here and that sort of stuff. I can't think of that now. It's going well. It's going okay. Face still looks a little goofy. I hope I can make it work when I add all the shading and stuff. That's my hope. My hope. Wow, it's a busy day today. Okay. Laughing on the outside, crying on the inside. It's all French people. They're all French. Everyone is French. It's all French. Alright. I'm gonna we indeed. I'm gonna give it up here. I'm gonna give it up here. We had fun. We had a bit of fun. We made some art. What am I doing tomorrow? I think tomorrow, what day is it today? Thursday today. Tomorrow I'm back to doing a bit more reading and that'll be the end of my week. Yeah, so I'm still, you know, I think most people tend to show up after the first 1 or 2 hours. They don't show up in the first hour. But it's like 1 or 2 hours seems to be about my limit. This time I'm trying to get longer, but today was not that day. You know, I think if I can like, sort of push it to 2.5 hours and then maybe 3 hours and eventually 4 hours, then I'll be in the gamer zone. But we are exhausted. We're exhausted. We ran out of brain juice. All out of brain juice. So we must surrender. Thanks for watching.